clear, so absolutely crystal clear. You can actually see the fish that you're looking for. Okay, absolutely amazing. All right, if you have
Sunt
fish,
păstrăvi în acest lac,
definitely not bears.
mulțime de păstrăvi, dar nimeni nu îi pescuiește, nu se permite. Este Parcul Național.
All the eagles' nests over in the tree over there, and it is very fortunate for us in that the bald eagle couple, because they do mate for life, the bald eagle couple that normally would go and be in that nest have had an incubation failure. In other words, the eggs did not incubate. Okay, and so what you end up having is we had a wonderful educational experience that we used to do here. We used to get out and we used to have spotting scopes and we'd watch the eagle and everything like that. And so, first of all, let's look at the tree that the eagle's nest is in. Can you see that? When the forest fire came here, there was one eagle in the tree and one eagle in the nest, and it had not fledged. In other words, it didn't know how to fly. And as soon as the heat and the flames and all the rest of that came in, mom and dad are gone like a shot. And of course the tree, look at it, it's burned, but the eagle survived. Mom and dad came back, dodged all the helicopters, and fed the young eagle that was there. All right, so the thing about eagles, okay, is that the very first thing about eagles is that when mom lays eggs, in this part of the world, she only lays 2. I know in some other places like California or whatever, Florida, they might lay 3 or 4, but up in this part of the world, they only lay 2. And what will happen is, if there's a successful incubation, they will come up. There'll be 2 eaglets in the thing. Now, one of those eagles is going to become the dominant eagle, right? And what it's going to do is, when mom and dad come back, it's going to take all of the food that is there to be regurgitated, and then it's going to starve the other one to death. And if that doesn't work, what will happen is that one strong eagle will throw the other one out of the nest. Okay, please remember, they don't have any feathers, they can't fly, so straight to the ground. Now, it's okay, mom and dad are okay with that because they get it, and they're okay with that. They want one strong eagle, they don't want any wimps, okay? So now you've got a bald eagle, one bald eagle now. Then once it starts to fly or learns to fly, it's going to go off with mom and dad and it's going to go around. And going to be have a look at everything, going to be able to be taught all of the things that it needs to be. Now, all of the open green spaces that you see here contain mice and voles, rabbits and squirrels, and another animal called a pika, which looks like a rat, but it's a member of the rabbit family. Also something called a marmot, or MOT. So these things are all on the menu, plus fish in the river / lake. You can actually see where the river is. It's that darker green or the different colored green in the lake that's over there. Okay, so we all know that eagles have very, very sharp vision. So in the month of September, the rodents are going underneath the ground to hibernate. There might be some rabbits left over, but still not enough for any number. And the fish that are in the river, and I can actually see the river over there. There's fish in the river, no problem. But in the month of October and on into November, this river, because it's slow and lethargic, will freeze over. So what you're going to have there is you're going to have food sources are all disappear. Okay? Now, the eagle is going to fly away. Now, you would think it would fly south. It doesn't. Now, there are millions upon millions of birds that come up from the southern United States, Mexico, Central America. We even have some hummingbirds that come from as far away as South America. Up here, the nest have their young, and they fly back south to avoid that cold weather out here. And you would think the eagles do that. Nope, they fly in a southwesterly direction towards the city of Vancouver, and basically the way the train tracks go. And when they get the rain, they make a little bit of a right-hand turn. They fly up towards a place called Brackendale. Now, Brackendale is rather famous. They bill themselves as the bald eagle capital of the world, and rightly so. Brackendale is a little hamlet of people, but it is there's on a river. Now, the river is really short. It's 20 kilometers or 12 miles long, and this river now. In the month of September, all the salmon runs that are happening in British Columbia, usually very late, running maybe into October, these salmon runs. Because you remember, these are North Pacific salmon. They're going to come up, they are going to spawn, and then they're going to die on the side of the river. Okay? So the eagles there have lots of them. Brackendale, it's a late salmon run. It doesn't happen until the month of December. So the eagles have known for centuries that there's this late salmon run that they can access in the month of December. Now my wife and I decided to go down on the day after Christmas. They have an eagle count in Brackendale. We're going to go down there and help out. And we've got our little section of river all marked off with tape. We've got our clipboard at 11 o'clock. We're going to count eagles. And the year that I was there, 3,200 eagles, 20 kilometer, 12-mile river. Absolutely unbelievable. It is
Râul Maligne informează lacul care canionul respectiv este fantastic. Bijuteria locului.
Mom and Dad, we have the one from last year. So Mom and Dad have the beautiful white feathered head and white feathered tail. And the other one, the juvenile from last year, is jet black, unless it flies over top of you, and then you'll see there's white.
În unele locuri este
So it is exactly the same size.
Firicel de la
One of the interesting things about eagles that I found out is that if you see two eagles sitting in the tree, the larger of the two is the female. Females can be up to 1/3 larger.
Forță puternică de abia aici, practic.
All right, down at this end of the lake, you'll be able to see that it is more of a river running down a mud flat. And if you look over to the other side of the lake, you'll see there's like a bathtub ring around this lake. And that is how high the water can get before the overflow valve kicks in and takes the excess water off. Okay, so you can actually see how much water can get in this. Right now there's virtually nothing. It's on its way down to, it's only August and it's on its way down to a river running down a mud flat.
Conducătorul auto și ghidul nostru, Fred, spune foarte multe lucruri interesante despre flora și fauna din regiune. O să scriu mult în comentarii.
Okay, now down at this end of the lake, we have another nest, and this one is for an osprey. This is an operational nest. I don't know whether they're still sitting on coming back to the nest at night because there are ospreys around here. And osprey's nest is on the far side of this little bay that you see right in through here. What we'll do here, only the people that are sitting right up against the glass on the right-hand side of the bus are going to have an opportunity to see the nest. But we will look in the forest here to see if we can find an osprey for you sitting in a tree. They do that. Like I said, I don't know whether they're still using this nest here.
It was there yesterday.
There's no nest on the left-hand or no birds on the left-hand side. The nest will be on the right-hand side. It's at 1 o'clock high right now. And then 2 o'clock high, and now 3 o'clock high. So that's what an osprey's nest looks like for those people against the wind. And ospreys are very, very good at catching fish, much better than eagles, by the way. And if I hadn't seen this one going on, I would tell you. There's up there the lake that we're going to go on a cruise. Let's
să
get to
aici,
a
să
river.
referiți aici,
There is
locuiesc și fac
one eagle
pui
sitting in a tree.
omului,
There's an osprey
copacului
sitting in another tree.
și sunt pui
And
de
the
scară
osprey goes
aici,
down and catches the fish. And the
În
eagle comes out of
abundență.
the tree, has a big air collision with the osprey, bumps into it, and the osprey drops the fish. And the eagle catches it before it even hits the ground. Absolutely amazing. Osprey just goes and gets the fish.
Dacă ascultăm ghidul, auzim multe lucruri interesante.
All right. So here in Jasper National Park, we have wolves. We talked a little tiny bit about that with some of the people beforehand. Most people think that wolves are gray, and yes, we have some gray wolves here. But the majority of the wolves they have here in Jasper National Park are black in color. Okay? Black wolves are the majority. Gray, and then there's brown wolves and white wolves. The white wolves are very, very
Toate
popular.
felul de lupi
So
în
all
zona
of these,
respectivă,
these
alb,
wolves.
negri,
Now, as I said, a witnessing wolf
suri
today,
și
absolutely not.
cafenii.
The
Toate
chances
felul
of
de
seeing
lupi.
wolf in the summertime are virtually zero. There's no reason for them to be out of the trees. They can walk in the forest. In the wintertime, when the snow is deep, of course they've got to be walking on the road, right? So what they do is we see them in the wintertime walking on the road. When you see my photo album that I'm going to pass around on the way back down again, you will see that most of the pictures of wolves that I've taken are from the road, right? So in the summertime, wolves have lots of things to do. There's those Colombian ground squirrels that I showed you at Jasper Park Lodge. There are mice and wolves and rabbits and squirrels and pikas and marmots, all sorts of things in the open green spaces, and it's just a smorgasbord all day long. There's ducks and geese and birds. All of those things are on the menu for wolves in the summertime. All right. Now, in the month of September, the birds are flying south. The rodents are going underneath the ground to hibernate, and now the only thing left is rabbits, and that's not enough to keep any population happy. So what they'll do is now the menu is going to change. It is going to become a large menu. Elk, deer, moose, and caribou are on the menu for the winter time. To be successful hunting these, you should be in a group. Yes, it's nice scenery. We're not stopping. So these groups of wolves are called wolf pack, and the name wolf pack is a very negative connotation. But wolf packs are two different kinds. There's a social pack, which is the adults getting together to hunt for the winter time, and there's also a family pack. It's just that mom and dad and the kids in the year. And if you want to join one of these wolf packs, you must respect the alpha male and the alpha female, or perhaps not. Perhaps you think that you could take over the wolf pack. There will be a fight. Somebody might get hurt. Somebody might get kicked out. Being on your own in the wintertime is a death sentence. All right. So this is something for wolves. Now, the average life for a wolf here is somewhere between 5 and 7 years. Okay. They don't live very long. Their life is difficult. One of the major reasons for that is that in the wintertime, when they're hunting for these larger animals, especially the moose, especially the elk, they have hooves, and these hooves they'll kick out. That's how their defense is. They'll kick out, and these wolves can get injured. Right? There isn't an event to fix them up. Let me tell you. All right. Now, wondering those people that came out from me from town, when they came out, I was talking a little bit about a forest of trees there, just on the edge of Jasper town. So I'm going to tell you that story. A few years ago, in the month of February, late in the afternoon, say 4 o'clock, the sun is starting to go down. Two birds appear right at the edge of the forest. Okay? Now, wolves will not come into the town of Jasper. They won't come into the town of Jasper. This is right on the edge of the town of Jasper. So what happened there is there's people taking pictures. The wardens are there. By the way, we call them wardens, not rangers. The wardens are there, and they are sure that nobody does anything stupid like approach the wolves. Just let them sit there. A couple days later, I ran into the work that was in charge of that. I said, what was the deal with those wolves? He says, those were the catchers. He said, the chasers were right up on top of the hill. What they did is they woke up the sleeping elk herd and they chased it down in on top of the catcher, right? And this was a trap that was set 6 hours ahead of time. That evening, they actually killed an elk for dinner. Okay? 5, 6 wolves in a wolf pack, 1 elk. Not going to last a long time, maybe a few days at the most. Have to go out and look for something else. All right. We have another dog that lives in a park called a coyote. You folks who live in North America may have had some experience with coyotes. And out of all of the really bad negative stories that I have with coyotes, some of them quite personal, I will tell you, of course, the worst one. My very good friends in town, mom is out in the backyard with the 2-year-old daughter. Phone rings, she goes back inside to get the phone, comes back outside, and the daughter is not in the yard. And she looks up, and there's the coyote leaving the yard with the daughter, and it smells like a rag doll.
Se vede zăpadă acolo, e un vârf de munte. Eu văd bine, nu știu dacă zăpadă.
Screaming, the coyote finally decides to cut its losses, drops the girl. She's not breathing. They revive her, get her off to the hospital. They're referred to the city of Edmonton. She's a 41-year-old school teacher here in town today. She is not afraid of dogs or coyotes or wolves or anything like that. And she is forever today. However, no one has a coyote girl. No one has a coyote mom. Mom's actually kind of proud that we have a coyote. So, you might remember the story of Lindsay Chamberlain and Baby Azaria in Australia, dingo to my baby. I'm here to tell you that dingoes and coyotes are the same animal, separated by tens of thousands of years. They both came out of Central Asia. They were dingoes are what we call
Interesant, spune că coyoții și șacalii, coyote, șacalii și câinele dingo din Australia sunt exact același animal. N-am știut.
Would have come from Central Asia up to Siberia, across the Bering ice bridge or land bridge into North America, perhaps as recently as 10,000 years ago. And the same nasty jaw, same nasty attitude. Alright, so on the right-hand side over here, you're going to get a look at the Upper Maligne River, okay? The Upper Maligne River.
Upper Maligne River.
Okay, this water has got that
Maligne
to it, alright? It is magic water. Now, why am I calling it magic water? Well, when you have a glacier, if you haven't heard this story already, I'm going to tell it to you anyway. When you have a glacier, glaciers are very, very heavy, large pieces of ice. They're rivers of ice and they're always moving forward, okay? And ice age, they're getting bigger, and in age we're at now, they're shrinking back, but they're always trying to move forward. And they have rocks embedded in the bottom of them. They pick up rocks that are embedded in the ice. It's very, very heavy ice. And what it does is it rubs against the ground and it creates a dust. And this dust is called rock flour. When it gets into water systems, like what you're looking at here, or perhaps a lake that you're going to go to, because it does have glaciers, what happens is that water becomes with this rock flour in it. Now it's very slightly ionized. It stays away from its neighbor. What you're looking at is the blue-green part of the spectrum being reflected back into your eyes. Now I am not allowed to call it an optical illusion, but what it is you're not actually looking at blue water. You're not actually looking at blue pieces in there. You're looking at the blue-green part of the spectrum being reflected back into your eyes. Okay? All right. If you have been not paying attention to me, falling asleep, whatever, please pay attention now. This is going to talk about your boat cruise, okay? This is very important information, okay? Now, the first thing that you need to know about this boat cruise is that this boat is going to leave the dock at 11:45. And what I mean by that is that they're going to push back away from the dock at 11:45, whether you're on it or not. Now, you paid for this trip, and if you miss it, that's on you. Okay? Now, if you were on an airplane that was leaving at 11:45, what would happen there is that they would pre-board you onto the airplane for pushback at 11:45. That's exactly what's going to happen here. 5-10 minutes ahead of 11:45. So let's say 11:35, 11:40. They're going to pre-board you onto the boat, and you're going to be able to get a seat, and you're going to be able to go on this tour. Now, a couple of things about this tour. The very first thing is that there are no toilets on the boat. Okay, so you must use the toilets in the facilities in the chalet before you get onto the boat. Okay? The boats are obviously in the water. They're right in front of the chalet. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we get up there. They're right in front of the chalet. And I am going to meet you down at the boat. I'm going to be there at 11:35. I will be down there with one ticket for everyone. You do not need a ticket in your hand to get on the boat. I will be there to meet you on the boat, okay? With one ticket for everyone. Okay, so let's talk about the boat cruise. The boat cruise is going to last for 1.5 hours. Okay, so if you're leaving at 11:45, it means that 1:15 that boat is going to be back at the dock. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 30 minutes to have something to eat afterwards. You're actually going to have 30 minutes because it's 11 o'clock right now. You're actually going to have 30 minutes before you even get on the boat if you wanted to have something to eat in the chalet. So you're going to have 30 minutes to dance around or shopping, have something to eat if you want. When you get off the boat, you're going to have another 30 minutes to see the boat. So I'm thinking 1:45, okay, 1:45, this bus is going to be leaving to go back down